Hello, welcome to Wake Up and Go. Really short flow class for you this morning, just to get everything moving, everything open up a little bit. So no props needed today. I'm coming to start at the top of your mat, standing hips width apart, drawing the eyes to close and hands to prayer. So allowing the body to maybe have a little open here, a little shake, a little bend through the knees, open through the shoulders. Allowing yourself to draw inwards for a moment, noticing your breath as you take your next inhale, feeling your body, and exhaling, releasing slowly through the mouth. One more time, inhaling, filling up the body, and exhaling slowly through the mouth. Taking one more breath, either staying nose and mouth, or you can take the breath to the nose if you want to take your Ujjayi breath. And then allowing the eyes to open. Inhale, arms reaching out to the side, up overhead, finding the length through the body. Exhaling, hands come into prayer, hinging at the hips and forward fold. So for this first one, if you're feeling a bit stiff, you can take a bend in the knees or a little ragdoll if you want, side to side. And then releasing hands, inhale, halfway lift, spine comes long, keeping the gaze down. Exhaling, forward fold. One more time, inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Bending the knees, hands by the feet, and then stepping or floating back into plank. Coming through chaturanga or lowering the knees, coming down to take your cobra. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. And exhaling, downward facing dog. First downward facing dog, maybe taking a little pedal through the feet. Option on your next inhale, bringing both heels down and then letting the right leg float up, opening up the hip. Maybe the gaze comes underneath the right arm. So pressing down equally through both hands, down through the left heel. Don't worry if the heels don't touch the floor. And then back to center, lowering the right foot, coming onto the other side. Inhaling, reaching the left foot back and up any amount, opening up through the hip, lowering down through the right heel as you gaze underneath your left arm. Enjoying that little side stretch in the left body. And then back to center. On your next inhale, step walking or floating, coming to meet at the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhaling, release, forward fold. Inhaling to rise, reaching out to the sides, up overhead. And then coming back down, exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling into your halfway lift. Exhaling, hands by the feet, stepping, floating back, coming through your version of chaturanga when you're ready. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, rising up onto both toes, and right foot comes forward in between the hands, grounding down the back foot, and then grounding through both feet, helping you rise up into your warrior two. Allowing the shoulders to relax down, reaching out through the fingertips. Inhaling, front palm lifts, back hand comes behind the back, tucking into the left thigh crease, and up into reverse warrior, keeping that bend in the front leg. So a little half bind reverse warrior. Exhaling, back to warrior two. Reaching out for one more breath. And then hands by the feet, spinning onto the back toes, coming into downward facing dog. Inhaling up onto the toes, left foot comes forward in between the hands, grounding down that back foot and rising up, warrior two. Taking a moment here to allow the shoulders to sink down, bending into that front knee. On your next inhale, taking your reverse warrior option to take that half bind as your right hand comes behind the back. And then returning warrior two, one more breath here. Hands by the feet, spinning onto the back toes and stepping back, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths in downward dog. Really allowing the spine to open. You can bend the knees, you can pedal the feet, whatever's feeling good. On your next inhale, rolling forwards into your plank pose and then lowering the knees down and coming to sit on the sit bones. So finishing off today with Baddha Konasana, so bringing the soles of the feet together. So the feet can be close to the body or they can be quite far out if that feels more comfortable for you. And then option to either hold onto the feet, you can give your feet a little early morning massage down the arches if that feels nice. Or you can interlace the hands around the feet, sitting up tall. Maybe you allow the eyes to close. And if you'd like to, option to take a forward fold in this position, leading from the chest if you're taking that forward fold. So whatever feels good for you. Taking a couple of breaths here to finish practice. Bringing the eyes to close, breathing into that space in the hips, in the body. If you've taken the forward fold, rolling back up to seat and allowing the eyes to close as you inhale, reaching the arms up tall and exhaling, letting the arms come down, either palms up or palms down onto the knees or onto the feet. And taking a few moments here at the end of your short practice today. Feel free to stay here for a minute or two longer. You can bring the knees in and sit cross-legged for a second if that feels better. Thank you for joining me today for this really quick wake up and flow class. I hope it's felt a good way to start your day. Namaste.